good guy, and on the end to have this struggle and fight one against the other, and then, you know, the love story and
You remember Total Recall? The movie won the hearts of millions of people, raking in a whopping 261 million sales all over the world. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sharon Stone's combination gave the movie an inexhaustible, thrilling experience. Yet there's more weird facts behind the scenes that will amaze you. Keep watching as we wow your mind with these 20 weird facts. Number 1. Development hell. Total Recall's success didn't come so easily. One could say that perfect work needs hard work, but that of Total Recall was a hell of a lot of hard work. The journey to the movie started with Philip K. Dick's short story, We Can Remember It For You Wholesale, written in 1966. The short story caught the attention of several producers and scriptwriters, and an attempt was made to adapt it into a film in the 1970s. You can guess what happened next. It didn't work. However, several years later, the script was dusted and taken for another production trial. The issues surrounding the movie still find an expression. It was even worse this time. First, the problem is getting the perfect movie director to direct the movie. Due to this, David Cronenberg, Bruce Beresford, and Richard Rush were part of the directing team, each assigned a directing role at various points in the movie. While it may seem unusual to have multiple directors working on a movie, the biggest confusion arises from the selection of the lead role. Several actors like the legendary Richard Dreyfuss and Patrick Swayze got their names on the consideration list. Arnold Schwarzenegger was the lucky pick. His role as Douglas Quaid in the movie not only gave the film a special action feel, but it also helped secure funding. During that time, Arnold was already a well-known figure, and everyone could lend their support to make a movie successful. The storyline of the movie is another major selling point. However, before they settled on that, numerous changes were made to the script. The script underwent numerous rewrites, with several scriptwriters contributing their creativity to the script. Ultimately, a more robust and exceptional storyline was developed. After the storyline and casting problems were solved, the next major issues arose during production. The film faced several production challenges, including location issues and the complexities of special effects. The special effects used in the movie were new styles and techniques that many found difficult and unachievable. However, the production team was able to overcome these challenges. It is not a surprise that the movie was a phenomenal success. Number 2. Script changes. Script changes were hinted at earlier. Let's take a deeper look at how that came into play. The first significant changes to the script were related to the lead role, Douglas Quaid. After Arnold got the role, some modifications were made in order to fine-tune the script to Arnold's physique and acting style. What does that mean? Naturally, Quaid was supposed to be an accountant, but Arnold's image doesn't fit into that profession. A macho and hard man in an accountant's suit is one of the weirdest things to come by. Therefore, the producer had to devise a profession that conveyed the image of a rugged and energetic man, which led to the introduction of the construction worker character. However, that was only one of the changes. Another tweak was made to add more intensity to the action. Arnold has a reputation for taking intense action in a movie. He is not a soft guy or medium character. It is either the action gives the maximum drive or nothing. The director examined this fact and revised the script to align with Arnold's action hero persona. Do you observe Laurie Quaid's action-packed role? Count that as another script modification. You wouldn't have seen Sharon Stone in action mode, let alone enjoyed the thrill and hard moves. The director believed making Laurie Quaid more active would complement his counterpart, Douglas. That came out perfect. The changes added more depth and liveliness to the movie. Quato was another addition to the script, along with Cohagen, the villainous character. These two additions added more tension to the movie, thereby giving it more depth. Number 3. Arnold Schwarzenegger's injuries. One of the most electrifying and unforgettable elements of Total Recall is its intense hand-to-hand combat and high-stakes action sequences. From the very beginning, the film throws viewers into a whirlwind of relentless fights, daring escapes, and brutal physical confrontations. These weren't just camera tricks or quick cuts. The physicality was raw, gritty, and often real. Audiences were left gripping their seats not only because of the plot's sci-fi twists, but because of how visceral and believable the combat combat felt. But behind every powerful punch and dramatic fall was a heavy price, especially for the film's lead, Arnold Schwarzenegger. What many fans don't know is that a significant portion of those jaw-dropping stunts weren't performed by trained stunt doubles. Arnold, being the action icon he was and still is, insisted on performing a majority of his own stunts. That included high jumps, long stretch kicks, intense grappling, and rapid-fire fight choreography, all while staying in character as the confused, increasingly dangerous protagonist. It wasn't just a question of ego or showmanship. Arnold believed that authenticity would bring a new level of intensity to the film, and it did, but not without consequences. As the production progressed, the toll on his body became more evident, repeatedly throwing himself into walls, rolling across hard surfaces, and engaging in full-contact sequences started to chip away at him. Sharon Stone, who played Laurie, his seemingly loyal wife-turned-assassin, revealed in a later interview that during one of their combat scenes, she accidentally bruised Arnold's ribs and arms. Think about that. These weren't delicate stage slaps or camera-faked shoves. These were real hits, real bruises, and real pain endured for the sake of realism and audience immersion. Sharon herself was deeply committed to the role, matching Arnold's energy and dedication punch for punch, literally. You might be asking, why not just use professional stunt doubles? That's a fair question. Most big-budget action films rely heavily on stunt professionals trained specifically to take such physical abuse. But in Total Recall, director Paul Verhoeven had the luxury and challenge of working with actors who could physically handle the stunts and were eager to perform them. Having Arnold and Sharon do their own action scenes wasn't just a creative choice, it added a unique layer of believability and continuity to every sequence. There were no awkward cutaways or jarring edits trying to hide a stunt double's face. It was all them, and it showed. The decision to go full throttle in the action department wasn't without cost, but it paid off in cinematic gold. The authenticity of the fights became one of the movie's standout features. It wasn't just science fiction, it was grounded, physical, and intensely human. Total Recall became a benchmark for future action films, not just for its story, but for its daring commitment to realism. And that commitment left behind more than just an iconic film. It left behind bruises, pain, and a legendary performance that audiences still admire decades later. Number 4. The rigorous and dangerous stunt. It turned out that Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sharon Stone weren't the only ones who paid the physical price for the intense action in Total Recall. The entire cast and stunt crew were swept into a whirlwind of bruises, strains, and in some cases more serious injuries. Total Recall wasn't just another science fiction thriller, it was a full-contact sport disguised as a movie set. The film is packed with brutal fight sequences, daring stunts, and physically demanding choreography that, even by today's standards, seem nearly impossible to pull off without advanced technology. But this was 1990, and Total Recall was relying on raw performance, practical effects, and sheer physical effort. Most of the action was performed with minimal digital assistance, which meant the stunts had to be executed with absolute precision and under extreme physical strain. The stuntmen, trained as they were, still found themselves in dangerous territory. High-impact falls, risky wire work, close-range explosions, and brutal hand-to-hand sequences pushed the team to their physical limits. Injuries were almost inevitable, and many on the stunt team walked away with lasting reminders of their time on set. To match the film's demanding sequences, both the lead actors and supporting cast underwent rigorous physical training before and during production. This wasn't the kind of conditioning you find in most movie prep routines. It was high-intensity training designed to mimic the muscle memory and endurance of professional combatants. Every actor had to be prepared not just to act, but to move like warriors in a futuristic dystopian battlefield. While this training helped reduce risks, it didn't eliminate them. Accidents happened, injuries mounted, and the toll grew heavier with each take. What's important to note is that the production team did not take safety lightly. Far from it. There were medics on set, multiple rehearsals for dangerous sequences, safety wires, mats, and backups for every complex stunt. Yet even with all the precautions, the nature nature of the film's ambition meant that danger always lurked just beneath the surface. The commitment to realism, so vividly felt in every fight scene, meant the performers were often doing things at the edge of what was safe or sustainable. These challenges inevitably slowed down production. While the myth that Total Recall took over a decade to film may not be literally accurate, the truth is that the film's pre-production and actual shoot were significantly extended due to the complexity of its physical demands. Every injury, every retake, and every adjustment to choreography extended the timeline. But in the end, that time was well spent. The results speak for themselves. Today, CGI has taken the place of many of the raw, practical stunts seen in Total Recall. Green screens and visual effects make it easier to simulate danger without exposing actors to harm. But back in 1990, it was all real, and it was all earned. The cast and crew of Total Recall gave more than just performances. They gave sweat, pain, and courage, and that's what makes the film's action still resonate decades later. They deserve every bit of praise for putting their bodies on the line to deliver a masterpiece of physical storytelling. The hard work wasn't only done by the actor and cast. Many unimaginable things happened backstage, which will take us to our next point. Number 5. The innovative digital effect. Were you amazed by the explosion scene that happened in the movie, the fire burning, and the big property coming down in seconds? Do you wonder how they come by such a scene? Or did they spend so much on those things and get them burned down? The destruction might not be a challenge if there is money to do that, but what about lives? There isn't any amount of money that can cover that. Those captivating and action-thrilling scenes got the behind-the-scenes guy a lot of work to do. The special effects used in the movie were innovative, unique, and groundbreaking. The first thing they do to achieve this complex scene is make miniature sets. You will be surprised to know that those tall buildings, cars, and properties were just a scene captured from a well-crafted toy environment made from cardboard and other art materials, and given a realistic touch. Creating the Mars environment could also be challenging. Obtaining a realistic view and explosion scene could be equally challenging. Besides, no one has been to Mars before. The creative team did an excellent job of creating such a challenging environment and scene using miniatures and CGI. Are you surprised to hear CGI in a 1990 movie? Although it leaves many surprises, it is a fact that the technical crew made some groundbreaking efforts in creating CGI for environments, characters, and effects. Guessing or relying on practical resources won't always yield a perfect outcome. The team achieved a seamless integration of practical and CGI effects, earning the movie a Special Academy Award for Best Visual Effects. The groundbreaking effort raised the standard of movie production, pushed the border to a higher level, and also brought a new style into the sci-fi movies. Number 6. Puppeteering. Another significant character in the movie is Kuato, the mutant, who adds more tension to the movie. The parasitic creature was attached to George's brain. Its biggest capability was telepathic power, the ability to communicate with others. The question is, was Kuato another CGI invention? Because it was not acted on by humans. You have the answer right here. Kuato was a puppet, a special kind of puppet that needed 10 puppeteers to control. Why the need for such a big team of puppeteers? The production aimed to achieve a near-perfect realism so that it wouldn't be another goofy puppet joke scene. Kuato's role was an intricate and tightly fitted character, so every measure must be taken to portray it accurately. In the end, the Kuato movement was well coordinated, and they executed it so well that anyone could believe it was a cartoon. The role of Kuato was a game changer in the movie. Its unique character brought an exceptional flair to the movie and also heightened it with tension and surprises. No one can take their eye off its important role in the resistance against Kohagen's tyranny. If there were no Kuato, the villain could have won the show. Kuato was surely a good extra in the movie. Number 7. Arnold Schwarzenegger weightlifting. It is easy to get carried away by Arnold's captivating, rocky, and muscular look. Before you wish for it, you need to know what goes on behind the scenes to get that gasping body physique. No doubt Arnold's muscular appearance in the movie Total Recall was legendary. The appearance didn't come easily, nor was it achieved through prosthetics. Arnold went on a regimen of weightlifting to develop those menacing muscles. That wasn't an easy journey for Arnold, especially when you take a deep look at his body-altering workout routine. Fun and pleasure are the least things you get from doing such exercise. Arnold engages in intense training. He trains each muscle group 2 to 3 times per week, with multiple sets and reps. Let's break that down. Arnold could do 26 working sets for large muscle groups like chest and back, and up to 61 sets for legs. Talk about strenuous exercises like squats, deadlifts, bench presses, and the like. These are exercises that get many people on their heels. Arnold doesn't only do these things, he increases the weight and intensity over time to achieve stronger muscle mass and rips. The hard work to look muscular did not end there. Arnold had a carefully selected diet, rich in protein, balanced macronutrients, and sufficient calories to support muscle growth. This means that Arnold doesn't just take any food or gulp down any snacks. All this hard work is what makes the perfect body shape that gets you glued to your screen. The next time you wish you had that physique, you need to rethink what it takes. Number 8. The Martian Guard. Arnold Schwarzenegger wasn't the only muscular guy in the movie. The Martian Guards were another big sight. Their glittering silver armor and thrilling movement gave the movie another definition of fun. The mutated armies were the biggest obstacle for Quaid. They were sent on a mission to hunt him down and eliminate him. Quaid, on the other hand, proved the real tough hero, taking down each of the Martian Guards in different sequences of combat. Do you wonder about the people who acted in this breathtaking role? Especially considering their intense looks and accurate fight moves, their acting was too extraordinary for normal movie extras. You get to know the weird truth today. The Martian Guards were played by real American Marines and naval officers. The producer wanted an act that was authentic and perfectly seamless. He believed the best way to achieve this is to use military personnel, since they are well trained for such tasks. That gave the movie a big bonus. The military personnel added another layer of intimidation to the movie, giving it the perfect warlike feel. You can also commend their tough look, highly organized movement, and disciplined gesture. Their gasping fight move gave Quaid a tough time and also complemented Arnold's military-like acting. Acting that role with rookies who have little experience of tough life could have posed a big challenge for Arnold in measuring up. Thanks to the American Marines and naval officers for providing us with something captivating to watch. Number 9. The huge special effects budget. Total Recall is one of the movies in 1990 with the highest budget, competing with major movies like Rambo 3 and Dick Tracy. Estimates put the movie budget at around $50 to $80 million. That is a huge amount of money compared to the production budget at that time. You will be surprised to know the production part that takes the biggest chunk of this massive budget. It is no other than the special effects production. The CGI and other special effects input were not just groundbreaking, they were financially consuming, taking about $10 million off the production budget. Considering the huge financial commitment invested in the special effects section, having the best output is imperative. The huge investment was not off point anyway. Thanks to the special effects team, a successful integration of live-action footage with CGI elements was achieved, a style that was completely off the grid. Did you also notice the very realistic effect creating a believable futuristic world? That didn't come easily. Did the three-breasted woman capture your amazement? That also came from the CGI output. Without a doubt, the special effects team was the key player behind the movie's uniqueness. They gave the movie a new, innovative definition, one that became a big influence on future sci-fi films. In summary, the $10 million on special effects was a good investment. Number 10. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sharon Stone's working relationship. Have you heard the rumor that Arnold didn't like Sharon during the filming of the movie, or did you miss the gist? In case you missed the point, we will give you a brief overview. Moreover, we will dispel the speculations surrounding the rumor and focus solely on the facts. During an interview, Sharon's view toward being hated by Arnold was questioned. She responded with great amazement, wondering why the opinion of someone else would bother her. She said that everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Come what may, her own opinion is all that matters. She quipped, "Did anyone bother to wonder if I like Arnold?" The question presented two sides to the rumor, adding complexity to it. In contrast, the two actors never show any sign of resentment toward each other while filming. Sharon even described their working relationship as another positive relationship like any other. They shared a fun-filled moment. In one of those interesting moments, Sharon recalled bruising Schwarzenegger during a fun fight, something which shouldn't have happened if they dislike each other. The relationship between Arnold and Sharon is another one of the many wonders of the world. However, Sharon revealed that any tension that could have resulted in their relationship could have stemmed from her insecurity about her work. Number 11. Sharon Stone almost turned down her role. Can you imagine a Total Recall movie without Sharon Stone? Do you feel a sense of incompleteness and imbalance? We would have missed Sharon Stone's captivating appearance and energetic action, if not for last-minute change of mind. Before taking the Laurie Quaid role, Sharon was a low-key artist, struggling for a breakthrough role. Following her little success in Woody Allen's movie Stardust Memories, Sharon seems not to have hit the mark in her career. During this time, she was drifting between TV work and average-rating action-adventure movies like King Solomon Mines. It was evident that the action movie was not working for her. When the offer to play the action role came in, Laurie Quaid initially turned it down, thinking it would be another unenthusiastic project. Hearing Verhoeven as the director of the movie sparked her desire to take on the project. The achievement of Verhoeven fascinates Sharon, especially the drama of coming of age. The movie is one that Sharon idolized so much. Working on a movie directed by Verhoeven is an accomplishment in itself. After that, she decided to read the script. Her performance in the audition was exceptional. She wowed everyone. It turned out that Sharon's fear of being incapable of succeeding in an action movie was unreal. The role turned out to be a goldmine for Sharon and became a breakthrough in her career. Number 12. The movie was given an X rating. Total Recall suffered a significant setback from the film censorship board. The movie wouldn't have gained access to cinemas and home television if an urgent action hadn't been taken. Following the X rating by the MPAA, which resulted from the explicit content, the filmmakers had to trim some scenes. This means that the original movie had a more gory and scary scene than the one you see. If not for the cut, you would have had a bloody escalator shoot-up compared to the alternate footage you saw. Benny's death scene would have irked many people. Seeing drill erupting from Benny's stomach can be so discomforting. Another big issue in the movie is the sexually suggestive scenes, which portray nudity that doesn't comply with the movie's standard of that time. Some scenes involving Sharon were deemed too revealing. Editing the video was inevitable. Some scenes were cut off while others were edited. Following the editing, the X rating was changed to R, giving the movie a pass in America. The movie also came under scrutiny from the Australian Movie Censorship Board, with the escalator shootout scene becoming an issue. India wasn't different on the censorship issue. The movie was given an A18+ rating, leading to making different cuts to comply with local guidelines. The impact of the censorship was huge, sparking discussions among fans about the film's content and themes. Ultimately, it contributed to the movie's publicity and popularity. Number 13. The Challenge in Mexico. Mexico City, Mexico, was the primary location used for shooting the movie. Locations such as Estudios Churubusco Azteca, Glorieta de Insurgentes, and Metro Chabacano were strategic locations where most of the scenes were shot. Finding the location that has a futuristic flair was difficult. Most locations in Mexico have the rugged and ghetto look. The crew eventually resorted to using Estudios Churubusco for the futuristic setting location. The studio didn't come cheap. A lot of cash was spent to retain the location. The issues didn't end there. Getting lighting for the shot became another headache. There was limited equipment, leading to improvisations like pre-lighting the stages and the use of fluorescent light. Talk about feeding. Getting food from Mexico caused a big problem. Almost the entire cast and crew have a tale to tell about their experience with food poisoning. Only Arnold Schwarzenegger had a different story, and this was due to the fact that his food was flown directly from the United States. The 6-month filming period didn't tick in the comfort list of many of the crew members. They were subjected to dust inhalation, which led to serious health conditions. Worsening the matter was the language barrier. In the part of the Mexican camera crew, communication was highly limited and unenjoyable. Number 14. Getting a director. One of the earliest challenges faced by the movie producer is getting a director. Bruce Beresford was initially selected to direct the movie, but creative differences led to a separation with the producer. Following Bruce's dropping out of the production, Paul Verhoeven was suggested as the new replacement. Paul, an accomplished director, having directed great movies like Spetters and Soldier of Orange, Eventually, Schwarzenegger's enthusiasm and promising script made him rethink his position. Putting Paul Verhoeven as the director of the movie was a perfect choice. It gave the movie a strong creative success and also made the casting of great actors an easy ride. The great influence of Paul in the film industry pulls a big string in acquiring some great advantages. He also follows his record of bringing the best out of crew members. Sharon Stone cannot forget the immense impact that Paul had on her career during the filming. Number 15. Paul Verhoeven regrets. Paul Verhoeven getting the director role came with a big responsibility. Shooting the movie in another country was a very big issue on its own. Earlier in the video, we highlighted the challenges faced as a result of filming the movie in Mexico. The challenge led to rushing the movie production. It turned out that the 6-month assigned duration was too short. However, a date extension wasn't considered due to several complexities surrounding the location. In regard, the film post-production process was rushed, leading to skipping test screenings and gathering of feedback. This move was the center focus of Paul's regret. He believed the rapid post-production process had a slight negative impact on the film's final product quality. Paul and Goldman, the major scriptwriters, share a similar belief that the movie was too long, causing some aspects of the movie to carry shallow content. For example, he believed the mutant's role wasn't given enough time for deep expression. Time only permitted a surface expression. Paul regretted making such a compromise. Another point in the production that Paul didn't like was the short time given to carry out the special effect. The short time led to inability to perfect some special effects. Notably, the scene where Schwarzenegger's and Tico's heads swelled. Paul believed that the special scene wasn't perfectly done, and it could have been done better if time had been permitted. Paul also regretted the ending of the movie. He wanted the movie to end in another way, whereby Dr. Edgemar could be telling the truth, and Quaid is having a mental breakdown on Earth. That was against the plan. The producer wanted the movie to end in fantasy and reality. Paul wasn't quite comfortable with the decision. Ultimately, it is a truth that what makes a great work is not perfection, but the ability to make the best out of limited options. Paul was able to achieve this. He deserves applause. Number 16. The iconic line, "Consider that a divorce." Everyone who's seen Total Recall can't seem to forget the iconic line, "Consider that a divorce." It's sharp, darkly comedic, and lands at a moment of explosive tension in the film. But what most people don't know is that this unforgettable quote wasn't even in the script. It was completely improvised by Arnold Schwarzenegger during filming. That one spontaneous moment of creative genius, it comes at a pivotal point in the movie when Arnold's character, Douglas Quaid, realizes that the woman he believed to be his loving wife, Laurie, played by Sharon Stone, is actually a planted agent meant to deceive and monitor him. Their entire relationship was a lie, a fabricated memory courtesy of Recall. As the illusion shatters and Laurie pleads or distracts, Arnold delivers the cold final blow both literally and verbally with "Consider that a divorce," just before ending her life. The line cut through the moment like a knife. Brutal, effective, and laced with grim humor, it instantly cemented itself in cinema legend. Arnold's ability to improvise such a chilling yet oddly humorous line on the spot reflects his deep understanding of the tone and rhythm of the scene. Rather than simply follow the script, he instinctively knew what would resonate with audiences. That line captured the surreal and exaggerated nature of the movie perfectly. It was equal parts action, satire, and shock value. It wasn't just about the words, it was about the delivery, the timing, and the expression on Arnold's face when he said it. Everything clicked in that moment. Once the film was released, "Consider that a divorce" exploded in pop culture. It was quoted in interviews, parodied in sketches, printed on t-shirts, and used in countless fan-made compilations. It's the kind of line that transcends the film itself, becoming a symbol of Arnold's on-screen persona. Tough, ruthless, and always ready with a one-liner. Looking back, that improvised quote didn't just enhance the scene, it elevated the entire film. It reminded audiences that even in a sci-fi world of memory implants and identity crises, a perfectly timed one-liner could still steal the show. Arnold didn't just act in Total Recall, he left his unmistakable imprint on it. Number 17. Sharon Stone's audition. Sharon Stone gave a remarkable performance during the audition. The production crew was captivated by Sharon's chemistry with Schwarzenegger. The strong connection gave Sharon the role. She went ahead to explore the connection between Arnold and the movie through creating a deeper emotional moment and palpable tension. These inputs contributed significantly to the film's success. In one of the movie's intense moments, Sharon managed to leave bruises on Arnold, showcasing her deep commitment during filming. The two stars also shared fun-filled behind-the-scenes experiences. Sharon often made fun of Arnold during rehearsal. In one of those moments, she described Arnold as a big baby. The connection was unexpected by many, as the two characters shared contrasting personalities according to the script. However, the two actors still found a point of connection through the movie. Number 18. Sharon Stone enjoyed her role. Sharon Stone was initially skeptical about her role as Laurie Quaid due to the nature of the movie. She had a fear of not getting her best on an action movie. However, fear became her biggest strength. She put her best into overcoming her fear. She went on several trainings. Ultimately, she fell in love with the athletic demands of her character and later enjoyed performing the action scenes. That was the weirdest change ever. Sharon was so captivated with her newfound martial arts skills that she kicked Arnold's butt during filming and left him with bruises. Number 19. The styrofoam ball fight. One could assume that Arnold was always a serious and hard person, judging by his strong face and macho appearance. Your assumption might be wrong. Arnold could be the most playful person to ever work with. He will certainly be cool in real life as well. Sharon Stone revealed that in one of the intense filming moments, Arnold initiated the idea of having a styrofoam ball fight. Arnold started by throwing the balls at Sharon. "You can guess what happened next," she responded in kind. What came thereafter was a fun and playful exchange between the two actors. The styrofoam ball fight created a relaxed atmosphere. Arnold proved another great point of being the most fun person to work with on set. Number 20. Arnold Schwarzenegger's influence in the movie. Arnold's role in the movie extends beyond his acting. He was a key player in the movie's development. He developed the character of Douglas Quaid to fit his acting style and strengths. The talented actor also collaborated with the director and stunt team to shape the film's action sequences, ensuring they showcased his physicality and charisma. The movie crew can't deny Arnold's great influence. He wasn't only the hero on screen but on set. You cannot take your eye from Arnold's iconic line, "Consider that a divorce." Arnold's role in the movie is nothing short of remarkable. He brought life and a deeper definition to the movie. He was the perfect choice for the movie producer. Which of these facts intrigued you? Share it with us in the comments. Don't forget to like and share this video. Remember to subscribe and watch the next video on your screen.